All right. Let me just get this set up on Facebook. Okay, awesome. Well, hi everybody out there. Whoever's watching now or in the future. This is Coffee Talk, and I have a new friend here, Lea. How do you say, is it Klinkhamer?
Klinkhamer, yeah, Klinkhamer, yeah.
That's a cool name.
Thank you. I just bought it. I married my husband and I got it. That's how you change so easily in names. Yeah.
Cool. And what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm from the Netherlands, Europe. So in kilometers, it's a long distance, but with the internet, it's just a click away.
Isn't that so fun? I love that.
Yeah, me too.
It's been really nice meeting people from all over the world who have similar targets in life, although very different paths and very different ways that it shows up. And it's just really cool to connect. So I'm grateful that you're here. And I'm not sure if people will be joining live or not, but if anybody does and they have questions, you can type it in the chat and we will see where it goes.
Yay.
So before we got on live today, we were talking a little bit about some of the strange energies going on in the world. And sometimes it's really unclear what that energy is and what we are facilitating, but just simply being in the question of like, what is this awareness? And what am I facilitating that I'm not aware of? Can be
Whose reality
really,
am I in? It's like also a fun one.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, I guess I guess it's not a big surprise for the people in Access. A lot of people get folks around us. I hear also like this big energy that's sometimes you get up and it's just overwhelming and you go like, whoa, what hit me tonight in last night, and what is it that it's, and well, for me, I go like sucked into this reality. I go like, oh, my body, oh, like this, oh, I didn't sleep, oh, I didn't, like that. And after that I get some taking my deep relaxing breathing and I go like, oh, maybe it isn't mine. What is this? And I go like, okay, I'm 5 minutes awake now and it's already in my face. And it's, well, thank God for Access and the tools it gives us. Then you got it. Well, you got your, well, in my case, I'm like 5 minutes awake and I'm already doing my tools, starting asking questions. And I think this whole reality now in this time with this energy and all what's happening all around us in the world is challenging us to get into the question from what is it.
It's really true. Yeah. And asking the question without requiring to lock it down into a defined answer. And that's been really
that one also.
There are questions that you cannot lock down into a defined answer, and like allowing yourself that space to see what awareness comes through. And then even when one piece comes in, there may be 2 or 3 or 10 other pieces of awareness that could fill out the whole picture, so to speak. But if we go to conclusion, we won't get those.
No. And don't be invested in the outcome of your question. It's also a fun one. If you ask a question, it's when people start doing questions and when they come into Access and they go like, when it's so funny when people are just in Access and they like, you ask a question, how does it get any better than this? And then they go like, oh, I don't know. What do you think? Right. And I said, well, it's not about the answer. So it's fun. It's well, it gives me
I think it
not
takes a
getting the,
while.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it takes a while to unlearn that response to try to answer and to get the right answer because it's
Yeah,
been drilled in for so long.
yeah, it is. It is. It's been, well, you see in schools, we teach young children to learn how to, what are your feelings? And then I go like, whoa, we try to get consciousness and awareness, and we put them in feelings and emotions. And I'm like, children are so much more than that. And we
Yeah.
are just teaching them not be aware. And I'm like, oh, wow, we have to undo all that stuff
Yeah,
before we can go start asking questions. And I'm like, wow, what would the world be like if we teach this on schools for our
exactly.
children? Yeah, that would be so much more fun. Yeah.
I know. I was talking about that with some people. Where was it? About access schools, and like they
Mm,
tried creating it a while back,
yeah.
and it wasn't time. Like they did a certain amount of it, and then I guess it was that the parents at the time weren't willing to put their kids in the school and actually pay for it and invest in it. So
Yeah.
it wasn't quite time, but I can still see how it would be an amazing, amazing, amazing contribution. And at least my kids got to grow up in access. They were 3 and 6 when they
Oh,
started, and they
wow.
went to
What
all
a
the
cool
classes.
mom.
They went to Costa Rica. They were facilitators when they were little.
Oh, wow. How cool is that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome. And so there's a certain amount that has been ingrained in their world, but they still get sucked into this reality. This reality has, everybody aligning and agreeing with it. And also, if you resist and react, you're at the effect. So,
Yeah.
like that space of interesting point of view is very different to get to.
Yeah, it is. It's challenging. It's very challenging at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I got some, it's like what I just early said, like you woke up and you go like, this reality hits you and the energy hits you right away. And you go like, I didn't even blink with my eyes, please. Can I have just a little bit space over
Yeah.
here? And you get sucked into this reality and energies, and you're like, whoa, open up.
Yeah.
And
So, what are your
yeah,
favorite tools to move beyond that?
my favorite tools are the expand your energy, lower your barriers, and expand out. And after that, I think it's living in the 10-second increments. Yeah, it gets me all the time out of I got this diagnosis of breast cancer like 3 years ago, and I really get into, when you have only the word cancer has this big energy of like that dying, and you have to suffer and things like that, and only the word is so so energetically, what is it called,
Heavy.
heavy. Yeah, it is. And I know that is what, when I got home from the hospital and I was sitting in my garden and everybody around me goes like, "Wow, Lea's got so wrong," like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I choose in these 10 seconds? And I was in the garden, I was sitting, and I said, I feel my feet on the ground, I feel my butt on the chair, and I feel the sun in my face, and I like that. And this 10 seconds, what do I choose now? And it keeps me out of the rat hole of the, what is it, the hamster wheel of spinning
Right.
your thoughts and emotions and the energies that's reflecting on you. It's like, it was real big, and it made me, with the 10 seconds, it was like, okay, I'm just sitting here in the sun.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it saved me. It saved me. So then my favorite tool is just yeah, in this 10 seconds, because it keeps you out of your head.
Mhm. Yeah.
It stops spinning around and making you all fuzzy and go like that. So 10 seconds. Yeah, keep breathing, expanding, and 10 seconds. Yay. Yeah.
Yeah, and being able to do either one of those is like building a muscle. And the first time you go on a long hike, it's like using muscles that you haven't used before, and
Yeah,
they
it
get
makes
tired.
sense.
And so doing it every day, using the tools every day helps build the muscle, and it makes it easier so that eventually you stay expanded. And actually, it's funny, expanding is one of my very favorite tools,
Yeah.
and I play with it a lot, and I do a weekly expanding group exercise
Oh,
in a
wow.
group on
Yeah.
Facebook. But I'm also starting a 5-day expanding daily exercise today in a private
Ooh.
group. So if anybody wants
Oh,
to play
wow.
with that, because that's like the basis of everything, the
Yeah,
infinite being, and being that space. And from that expanded space, everything that you choose is so much easier
it
than when
is.
you're
It is.
contracted.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's like, well, when I got into Access, this expanding thing, I didn't get it. And it's not just, I just, I didn't get it. I was
Yeah.
like, in the spiritual world, it's like you have to protect yourself. You have to put a flower between you and the other person, or trees. Well, I put the whole rainforest between them and me, and it didn't work out. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? But I was just keep on contracting, and I didn't get it. And one time it hit me. It was like, well, I like to visualize it. And it's like, well, I tell all my participants of my classes, and like, if you picture yourself that your energy is like water, and you put it in a small teacup, and somebody else walks around, comes at your teacup and drops a drop of red energy from that person in your teacup. Well, it's coloring your teacup water, your energy. And I said, well, picture yourself like the ocean. And if somebody drops a drop of energy in it, well, it doesn't affect you at all. And then when I hit it, and when I got it, like, oh, I'm an infinite being. I have infinite energy. So when it feels like that, feels like contraction, I go like the other way around, not protecting myself, just come on over. Yeah, I'm like the ocean.
That's a good one. I like that. One of the things that I use to explain it is like, let's say you're in a closet with a mosquito, and it's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, ugh. But if you're in a football stadium with a mosquito,
Yeah.
So it's interesting the different ways that you can perceive difference of being space and not being space, and how that changes your life. It's so easy and so fast. And we're also so fast to contract again, that if you can catch that and expand, you won't ever have to contract.
Well, I'm like, when people are in your class or you're facilitating, and you give them tools, and I always say, go and make fun with them. Have fun with them. Just when you're in your grocery line for the register, for the what is it, for the casa, where you pay,
Checkout.
and you get lined up with the people, just lower your barriers and expand out. And the next few seconds, walls up, and don't expand out. And you see the people around you reflecting on that. And it's just like fun playing with the tools. Like, what happens if I lower my walls and barriers? And people are opening up. And when you go up the walls, they react again. And then But you do it quick because we can do that. And all the line that goes like, whoa, it's almost, yeah, it's fun. I like doing that. Sorry, people in
Messing
the
with
line.
people.
But this is what I give my participants, like, don't make it so big or relevant or,
Right.
important and significant. Just play with them and have fun and see what it does. See what is the effect around you, and then you can see also, if you see it around you, you can also see it more by yourself. And what is the effect on my life? Why can I use it even more than I think I can use it? Yeah, I like having fun.
That's awesome. I like it when in one of the classes they would say how much you contract when somebody says no to you about something.
Mm-hmm.
So to change that energy, go out and try to get somebody to say no to you about something. So people will go out at lunch and say, can I have a free order of this or that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring me the stuff first? And so many times people would say yes, even when you're trying to. So I started using it when in my jewelry business, when I'd go to a new jewelry store account and be like, wow, what would it take for them to say no to me? And then just go in and like, are you looking for something new to sell? And my work is this, and expecting a no, but then they say yes.
Oh, really? What a cool tool.
Like, because you have no resistance to it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Opened up a new possibility in my life. Thank you for that. I'm just so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I've been with with all the diagnosis and the doctors and all the things like that. It's like, I was the energy of, I'm the energy of, you can tell me anything. And also the doctor told me things that he didn't want to tell me, but he did. And I was like, oh, thank you for that answer, because it helps me to choose whatever I do want to do next. Right. And it was like, whoa. So I think playing with that, and what is to take for no, is like that also. Yeah. Open up so much more, and no walls and barriers, and no point of view about it. I guess that's the other one. No point of view about it. Whatever you're going to tell me, I'm having no point of view.
Right. And so if it's not right and it's not wrong, and if it's not the only choice, or that it's not this solid diagnosis, then what changes?
What is it? Yeah.
Are possible?
What treatments are possible? That was interesting in my case. And it was like, oh, we're doing protocol things. I like to make my own decisions, and not that the insurance company says you have to do now, you have to go to do this and then that and then that. And I was like, yeah, okay, but what is possible for me? And they go like, what do you mean?
Exactly.
And I said, oh, that's for everybody, but what is for me? And he said, well, they just flabbergasted. After one appointment, they already got my name, in hospital. They don't go like, oh, this patient number is, they go like, oh, hi, Lea. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing. But it keeps you aware of the possibilities that there are after the words and after the protocol and after the things that people are supposed to do and they are trained to do. Ask for the energy behind it. Yeah.
And what your body is different than other people's bodies, and what is their desire? It
is. Yeah, it is. And it's it's a big adventure for me with all this cancer thing, because it's really challenging me for 24/7 with my body, communicating. And when you got I don't know what it is in the pink ribbon. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Pink ribbon. So now you have to fight against cancer. And I'm like, nope, no. I'm done fighting. I'm not going to fight anymore. And everybody goes, oh, do you want to die? And I said, No, that's exactly why I don't want to fight anymore. Because I want to have a communicating with my body. My body isn't here to ruin me or my body. There is something, and it's trying to tell me something or whatever it is. It's like, hey, body, what do you want? And I made different choices, and there isn't a right or wrong choice. There's just choice, and that's another great tool.
That
There's
has
nothing wrong
taken
or
a
right.
long time
Yeah.
to learn.
Yeah. So, well, it's the most scary thing is when you got diagnosed and they have this treatment plan for you, and they go like, my body doesn't want that. No doctor understands you. But it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And they say, well, you're gonna die. And I said, well, maybe not. But you have to put on your big girl pants and say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna communicate with my body. And what is it inviting me for? Yeah. What is there more than, just a bunch of weird cells in my body? There's so much more. Yeah. And I always ask for the energy behind it. What's the next step? And what's now? Body, what is it that you want? And dare to be different.
It's amazing how aware our bodies are and what they are capable of. And if we're willing to listen, what it's sharing with us could be very different. I remember a long time ago. Was it before Access? Yeah, it was before Access.
In another lifetime.
It was like 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
19 or something like that. I went to a dermatologist because I had something like a scar tissue or something from a mosquito bite of all things. And I said, I want to see if we can remove that. And I also had like a birthmark on my head. And I had scheduled to, just go in and have a little done. And 2 days before that appointment, I just had this really contractive sense about it. And I was like, I can't do it. And I canceled the appointment, and I was immediately more relaxed. And then a year later, I had something else to go to a doctor about, but I went to a plastic surgeon or something, and I had him look at it. And he said, had you got that thing done in the outpatient office, it would have bled to death. And so I was like, wow, thank you, body, for letting me know.
And thank you for listening. Thank yourself for listening at your body, that you don't even, it's
right. So
everything around you to go like, you have to do this. You go like, nope, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
No reason, but it's just, nope, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I get that.
Listen to your body. Always listen to your body.
Always. Yeah, always. Even if you don't understand it, just you get the answer what you have to do.
Because our bodies want to live, and they want to be happy and move and have pleasure. Like, that's the point of having a body. I don't know where we got this point of view that, you have to struggle and suffer and fight and be sad.
Fight. Yeah, because your body is wrong and it's doing weird stuff and it's all wrong. And I go like, well, my body isn't wrong. I just don't get it. So give me information. Give me the lack of information that is missing here. It's like, it's well, like 6 months ago, I was really ill and I was in my bed, and it was like the only thing I could do at that moment was like breathing and not moving. And I was really ill, and it was like in a serious talk in my body, hey body, if you keep on doing this, we're gonna die. And I'm okay with that. But do you really want to die? Do you really want to get out of this body? And it was like, nope. And I said, okay, what else? Tell me, what else is possible? And I got this anti-hormone therapy. And I got 6 months, a half year ago, I got 6 months. And my due date is in 6 days. Well, I'm
So
not
they said
planning
you
for
would be able
dying.
to live for 6 more months.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And my doctor didn't tell me at that time, but I found out later this information came, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I had to die within 6 days from the cancer, and it's like vanishing from all of my body, because I got it started in my breast, and I got on my bones through all of my body, and it was like
Wow.
real bad. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, because of access and these crazy, wacky tools. Is it the same being, or did you have a walk-in, or like what?
No, it's not a walk-in. It's just like, well, somebody said to me, if you don't have a challenge, it's not interesting for you. So I was like, I know that. And it was like, no, it was really the turning point of, now I'm gonna die or I'm gonna live. What am I gonna choose? And it was like, not only my being is choosing, but hey, also giving my body the choice. Like you do the exit stage left,
Right.
but it's different. I did a different thing, and I was like, body, if you keep on doing this, we're not gonna make it. So what are we gonna choose now? What is the next step? And I was like, keep still, keep breathing, and we'll get there. And well, in like a month, six weeks after I started the anti-hormone therapy, I asked for in the beginning of my diagnosis, and I didn't get it. And I could have chemo, amputation, whatever, but not anti-hormone. And I was like, I really want that. And they said, no, you can't, because you are curable. So you can't have hormone therapy.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, but I was like, my body wants that. And they go like, yeah, we're not going to give you that. And after 3 years, I got this diagnosis of incurable cancer, and I've got 6 months to live, and I got my anti-hormone therapy. Yay!
You created it.
Yeah, I got the right diagnosis.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what that creates in the world. Like maybe it's to show other people that this.
I really like to have
that
more consciousness around the world, because of there is so much more than what your doctor's saying and listening to your body. And even it's scary, because like 6 months ago, I really was dying in my bed, and I couldn't move, and I just only breathing, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's now this, or I'm not going to make it to the end of the month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then it turned.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's still there, and there's still work.
Yeah.
It's not
Maybe
cured.
Are you going to write a book about this so that?
Oh, I really would love to, because I have this Facebook page and calls the cancer adventure of Lea. Yeah, because it's a cancer adventure, and I make blogs, and I'm describing my tools of access and going to the doctor and getting my diagnosis, and how do I do an MRI, and getting panicked, and using the tools of access. And I really love that, and I really like to bundle them into a book. Yeah.
That should be really easy to just put it all together.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations. And I'm so glad that you glad that you were able to schedule this chat with me, and
I really
share it on YouTube and let people know, and maybe give me your website or your blog site or whatever, so I can put that in the show notes for people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have to work on translation now, because it's all in Dutch, but I'm going to work on translation.
They can do Google Translate. It'll work.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. True story. Yeah. I will give it to you, because thank you so much for inviting me to come over and talk. Yeah. because I really like to spread this story. It's just a story. It's not all of me. It's just a little bit of me. And
Yeah.
I hope it creates more consciousness in the world. Yeah, I hope so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for my expanding exercise. This half hour
Yeah.
went really quickly.
Yeah.
Have a
Thanks.
wonderful rest of your day, and thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.